Security is tightening this morning at some overseas airports with direct flights to the U.S. Intelligence officials are worried about al-Qaeda's efforts to create a bomb that can slip through checkpoints, and they're warning about a terror threat from Western militants trained in the Middle East. CBS News senior security contributor Mike Morell is in Washington. He's a former deputy director of the CIA. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Margaret.
Mike, where is this threat coming from?
Sounds to me as if it's coming from one of three places. The first possibility is Yemen, where we have seen al-Qaeda in Yemen try to bring down a U.S. airliner on 3 different occasions over the past 5 years. Second possibility is from al-Qaeda in Syria. As you know, there's a large number of foreign fighters who've gone to Syria, 6,000 to 7,000 of them. Some of them might be thinking of coming home and conducting terrorist attacks. And then the third possibility, which is the one I really worry about, is the coming together of al-Qaeda in Syria with al-Qaeda in Yemen. That would be the worst scenario here.
Mike, some intelligence officials are telling CBS that this is an al-Qaeda group out of Syria. Officials have been warning about this potential blowback for well over a year now. How prepared is the U.S.?
What usually happens to foreign fighters who go to battlefields like this is they end up dying on the battlefield. That's what happened in Yemen. That's what happened in Somalia. So most of them never come home, but so many have gone to Syria, 100 from the United States, thousands from Western Europe, that some percentage of them will come home. And it is very difficult to monitor them because we don't even know they're there, because it is so easy to slip into Syria across the Turkish border.
I was in Europe last week, and sources there were telling me that there's some real concern, not just about tracking, but also targeting. When you have European civilians, citizens, they've got rights. You can't arrest without warrant. You can't target them. How hard is it to protect against this kind of threat?
The reason I'm worried about the coming together of al-Qaeda in Yemen with al-Qaeda in Syria is the guys in Syria, right, the foreign fighters who have gone to Syria can travel freely to Western Europe and then to the United States. They either have U.S. passports or they live in European countries where they don't need a visa to come to the United States. So very difficult to track them. And then the reason you worry about the Yemen piece is because of the very sophisticated bombs that the Yemen group is capable. So you bring those together and you really worry about somebody getting on an airliner with some sort of explosive device who can travel to the United States.
Mike, there are reports that this increased security is in response to intelligence about non-metallic bombs that can go undetected through airports. What are you hearing about this?
So that's the Yemen piece. It is al-Qaeda in Yemen who has the capability to produce these non-metallic bombs. So it's a couple of ounces of liquid explosives and then a non-metallic initiation device. And so when you go through an airport screener, it is very difficult to detect because there is no metal. And the only group that I'm aware of that's capable of that kind of explosive device is in Yemen, and one particular guy who does that for a living, a guy named Asiri.
Mike Morell, we'll continue to track that story. Thank you.